And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Pagel Activity Center. Along with Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. Tonight, it's the Minnetonka Skippers and the Lakeville North Panthers as they'll do battle in non-conference action. Coming into this one, the Skippers coming off an impressive 9-2 win over the Buffalo Bison, where they buried 5 times in the third period, opening up what was, at the time, a 4-1 lead. They'll be taking on the Lakeville North Panthers. This has been a team that's been very steady all year long as they enter this hockey game coming off a 4-2 win against the Burnsville Blaze in South Suburban Conference action. And they're 13-6-1 as it'll be a clash of two teams, Bart, that historically have played quite a similar style. Of course, we're thinking back in the day of Trent Eigner's edition, who now is with the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. And now it's Jake Taylor, the former Golden Gopher, that's running the show for the Lakeville North Panthers. Tonight's production is presented in part by Tradition Companies. You can find them at traditionco.com. By Gemini Athletic Wear, that's geminiathletic.com. And also by the American Family Insurance. You can get your quotes, live the dream at amfam.com. Bart, should be a pretty good one here tonight. We're getting to crunch time. 2 weeks left of the season.
Well, it is getting to that point where all teams want to play their best game, or at least play the way their coaches want them to play. But this Panther team comes into a relatively hostile environment, 13-7 overall. They have 2 good quality goaltenders. They got a couple players that can put the puck in the net as well. So Minnetonka's going to have their hands full. But Minnetonka plays very well here at Pagel Activity Center, and they're playing better and better as this year is going on and getting confidence in finishing plays. So Lakeville, it should be a nice scrap tonight, but the team that manages the neutral zone and in front of their goaltender the best is going to have a greater chance for success.
Special teams, goaltending, and obviously the battle of the neutral zone. We've been watching it really being struggled for among a lot of these teams over this high school hockey season. And, you know, for the Lakeville North Panthers, they've had themselves a pretty sturdy schedule against a South Suburban Conference that is just actually an elongated, a larger version of what the Lake Conference is. Every game, you never know who's going to win.
No, absolutely. There are four very good quality teams that could do some damage in sections, and that's not to rule out the other teams involved as well. But becoming a very tough section. But Minnetonka being led, we don't know who yet is in goal, but being led by Teddy Lagerbach's 14 goals, 18 assists, 32 points. And on the Panther side of the ledger, it is Caden Smith, 14 goals, 10 assists, 24 points on the year, 4 power plays and 2 shorties. And that is Caden Smith right at the blue line now. And he's being joined by A.J. Anello, 12 goals, 7 assists, 19 points, 2 game winners. And we also have Ben Connick, 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points, and 1 power play goal. And on the back,
Bart, they're able to mix it up offensively here. They've got more than just a couple.
No, in fact, they do. But these are the primary players that are looked to for offense. The other players can chip in, but Lakeville has always been very good as far as moving the puck up to the red line and making things happen. I look for that to happen today, so Minnetonka goaltender is going to have to make some pretty good saves tonight.
And now we'll take a look at the Minnetonka Skippers. We didn't get a look. Our guy, Tom Streeter, was not here, so he couldn't provide us with the necessary paperwork to get things going. Yeah, completely
I'm
knocked
all over
out.
the board.
Yeah, well, that's nothing new there.
Yeah.
Braden Lacombe once again will get the start at center ice for the Minnetonka Skippers.
Been one of the more consistent players for the Skipper ensemble, 11 goals.
Also joining him up front will be Peter Morkin, wearing sweater number 23.
Well, you know that Peter Morkin's going to give him great effort tonight.
Tyler Keppers will be one of the other wings here tonight.
7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points, 3 in the power play, and 2 game winners.
Good to see Dylan Zitzloff is back in the lineup for this Minnetonka Skipper edition.
Yeah, they certainly missed him. You could tell that he was missing, and that's a great compliment to that player.
And he's joined on the back line by Ben Conan, and the goaltender will be number 31, Brandon Shantz, 8-8 on the season with a 2.87 goals against average and an .887 save percentage. We'll pause now for your national anthem. Les Nordiques de Quebec and the Toronto Maple Leafs doing battle here tonight. Of course, paying homage to the Lakeville North Panthers, Nordiques, and that they're sporting on their red, black, and white sweaters. Oh, that was ear-piercing.
That was.
We're going to get it started.
Eventually we'll get rolling here.
Well, if you didn't have ringing ears, you do now.
Right, it's going to be Caleb Mayer in the goal for the Panthers, 12-6, 2.31 with a .920 save percentage and 2 shutouts.
Just looked at your headset setup. You go with the full huggers. I mean, you go both sides.
Yeah.
I have to have one off because I got to feel the vibe.
Okay.
So you're no worse for wear. You're like those guys bringing in the airplane.
I still heard
you know
it,
what
though.
those little.
Yeah. Chad Allen Grams does that.
Yeah. That's a great gig if you can get it.
Right.
If it's above freezing.
Now, I don't know this for sure, but I think Brad Williams is viewing tonight, watching and supporting his Minnetonka Skippers. If you're out there, Brad, we appreciate having you aboard.
And we know Martin Clough isn't, because he's over on Channel 2 watching Eden Prairie pound to Dino Grace. I don't know if that's true or not. I just made that call.
He'll be with us eventually.
We're underway now. It's Zitzlaw from center to the right wing side. Morkin now dangles off the right wing in front for Keppers. That just missed the mark. He'll look toward the slot area. There's a shot that misses the mark. And now Lacombe comes away with it. He angles up, but that's going to be knocked off his stick, and the Panthers will play that to center. That was Cole Pearson on the play there for Lakeville North. Morkin now will control an outlet to the near side for Keppers. He gets away from one man. That's Anello at center, deflected in, wide of the mark, and that's going to be guided up to the left wing side. And that's chipped back into the Minnetonka zone as it's going to be Miller with it. Here comes Miller as he's going to get by one man. Miller again up to the left wing side for Lagerback. Nice little nifty move there, but he ran out of real estate as he tried to pull that one on Gasparini. Now it's going to be Lagerback again, shallow angle, turned aside. Firm on the post there. Nice work by
Mayor.
My
mayor of Lakeville.
The mayor of Lakeville. There's a shallow angle. Mayor again, 2 saves, 3. Scores! Oh, there he is. Teddy Lagerback picks up the loose change and makes a deposit. It's now 1-0 in favor of the Minnetonka Skippers.
Well, pretty good energy by the Skippers right out of the gate. They just put it down into the Panthers zone, had a quick line change, and brought this line out. Lagerbach had 2 opportunities from the left side from a very shallow angle. Mayer did a nice job of hugging that post, but no chance on that one as he was stretched out. But Lagerbach nets the twine, first one, and we're just 1 minute and 17 seconds into this game. And for Lagerbach, that's number 15.
Good to see Matt Harrington on board.
Hello, Matt.
Our executive producer, I don't know what I call him, but that's what I call him. He said, quote, "How about those Panther threads? Digging them." The pants are putting it all together. They tie it up nice and tight. I'm into it.
All right, then.
Kind of like Ottawa, the Senators. Crossbred there.
I'm going to be
Senators,
noticeably
Les
quiet.
Nordiques. 2-on-1 chance. They got a man in front. There's a save by Shantz. Off the quick chance from the left wing side. He shuts the door there.
Well, it was a good offering by Lakeville North just on top of the left circle, but it was Shantz that came out, took away the angle, received that puck. Not a rebound, but we're very, very early. Lakeville North with a pretty decent answer, offensive zone faceoff. But possession is going to be key for Lakeville North. If they're going to have success tonight, they're going to have to win faceoffs and put some pucks on Brandon Shantz.
There's one right there, and they have a solid win there. That's turned aside by Shantz. Back up ice, they go with it. That's sent in by Keppers as he was watched by Pearson on the blue line. Lacombe will play that through. Lacombe, there's a quick shot that's steered aside. Nice save there. And the big stick out of there was Caleb Meyer. Now back in behind the net. That's Anello with it. Stolen away by the Skippers. Back up to the line. They're going to play it over to Zipsoff. Walks and shoots. Meyer the save again. It's knocked free. And it's going to be out of the zone. They go with it for Anello as they look to the left wing side across the line. Connick in front. Oh, he nearly had a man down low, and Caden Smith, they just missed the mark. Now back in from the corner. They're going to carry this one hard back in behind the net. That one too far, and that'll work the length of the ice. No ice on the play. It's back to retrieve. It's going to be Davidson. Meyer gets that away from the stick of Lagerback. It's knocked back into the skipper zone as Miller is going to wait for Shantz. He had to hurry there as there's some pressure from Enneback. Now it's played to the near side. On the stick, stood up on the play was Kiffin. Now it's going to be Lagerback as he has the game's lone tally here as they lead 1-0. The Skippers picked off and back up the zone they go. Here's Ennebeck, the big frame to the left wing side, watched by Miller, another number 21, knocked away by Kiffin, and that's strong of the stick for Krantz back into the corner, but here come the Skippers to the right wing side with Streeter. He's going to take it across the line, tried to find Lagerback, but that's on a Panther stick. That was Hayter that played that one back up into the neutral zone, or make that Kranz rather. And now it's going to be controlled by the Panthers of Lakeville North out of the zone. Gasparini plays to center. Ooh, jammed on the play there was Koshevar. Stepping up on him was Quinn. Back in behind, long pass. Oh, good at the line. That was close. It's going to be Worms back to the corner as he's checked on the play by Ennebeck. Couple of Ennebeck, so we're going to have to go Zach with 1-5 and Sam with 2-1. Of course, for Lakeville North.
Familiar name.
Their dad, Jake, was a high-quality player back in the day. Shovel back up into the neutral zone as it's going to be played off the far boards. Koshevar gets away from one man. Now it's Hayter to play to the corner. Foot race for the loose puck. It's going to be Anderson checked on the play. That was Nelson to bother him. From the right wing side, they tried to find the breakout pass with Anderson, nothing doing there. There's a shot that's deflected. Skippers good posture in their own zone. Anderson to center. His pass was deflected off the stick of Hayter. Back in behind the net it goes. Now it's going to be controlled by the Skippers. Anderson left wing. That was Bear rather left wing for Anderson. That's picked off in front. Oh, nice stick by Morgan to break that one up. Now it's going to be Lacombe muscling that one to center ice. Knocked at by Pearson. That's swatted away. And here they come back in across line. I swear Connick looks just like Brad Connick. The whole body language, the hair. I mean, my word, look at the flow. I mean, it's just like the old man circa 87.
It's impressive.
Oh, my word. It's like deja vu. I feel like that Bill Murray Groundhog Day from the Jeep commercial on the. What a good commercial that was.
That wasn't too bad.
2-on-3 for the Skippers. They win the battle. There's Morkin with it. That was one you actually didn't want to end. Back in behind now. It's going to be controlled by Hurd. Panthers in their own zone. Good pace and tempo to this one. The Skippers are forcing it and pushing it. Have had some really good possession time here in the early going.
Well, I think Lakeville North is as well.
That one bounded away off the stick of Streeter. Now here comes Newhouse back in behind, watched by Smith. Newhouse tries to fight off the check, bumps that back in behind Lagerback. Streeter opens up. Lagerback walks over left to right, back to left. And now it's going to be Streeter back up to Zitzloff. Catch and release up off the netting and out of play.
That's a good offering by Zitzloff. Tried to go high corner, but Mayer with a nice job of getting at least his glove on that, ramping it up and out of play. But I think both teams really kind of came to play. It was Minnetonka who came out with some early energy, but then it was Lakeville North after that goal that answered back and sustained some possession in the Minnetonka zone. Didn't really get the looks that they wanted, but it's been a pretty wide open, good pace to this game so far. Minnetonka, nice keep.
There's one that's deflected wide of the mark for the Skippers. That's going to be Harris from the right wing side, knocked away up to the line. Zitzloff plays down to the corner for Quinn. Now it's going to be Worms as he's watched on the play by Krantz. Sent back in behind. Conan finds Quinn. That's for Worms, deflected away. Busy sticks both sides. Cut off on the way down low by Brunello as he plays this back up to the neutral zone. Here come the Panthers. Shandorf across the line. He's jammed by Zitzloff to the corner it goes. Now it's going to be Conan to play this one. He gets a little bit of help along the way from Harris. Conan now will find Zitzloff. No, he's not. He's going to say, I'm going to hang on to this and go up the strong side. Cut off back in the neutral zone. That by Gasparini as he's knocked away by Harris. Played back in behind as there's Mayer to play this one around the left wing side, waiting at the blue line for it. And played to center was Ennebeck. It's controlled now by Miller. He has a man open. Morka to the right wing side with Lacombe going to the net, knocked away. Now it's going to be Keppers with it. He'll shovel this one. Ooh, he had that one knocked down. Nice play there, as now it's 2-0 with it, back up through center ice. He'll find an opening and look to play that one through as that's Kiffin off the boards, picked up on the play by A.J. Hayter, sent right back into the Minnetonka zone. Kiffin walks out of the zone for the Skippers as he angles over to the right wing side. That was knocked away from him by Hayter. Now that's Lagerback with it as he fights and battles. Miller turns away. A very controlled, frenetic pace is what I would call this one in an odd way, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed, both teams focus, both teams have purpose. They're moving the puck up with with value. But I like Lakeville North. They're getting the puck up to the open man, but then Minnetonka very quick to close. And Minnetonka running into some traffic in the offensive zone, so Lakeville North doing a pretty good job of forcing everything to the outside. But when the puck's on Teddy Lagerbach's stick, he's awful hungry to get to that net. I really like this line with Newhouse, Streeter, and Lagerbach, and that's not to begrudge Tyler Keppers at all, but this has a really good balance, and I think the second line has some good balance as well.
Boy.
So nice job by Coach Goldsworthy to
Keppers
really
and Morgan have been playing very well with Lacombe here to start this game. Zitzloff shots deflected. Now Connick will slide over, broken stick for Zitzloff. That went right down the middle, too. Miller is going to play that one in around over to the far side. Nice little play for Connick, cut off by Streeter. Throws that toward the slot areas. Gasparini's going to bump off the boards to the neutral zone. Knocked at there by Smith. It's going to be Miller to regroup. He looks over to Lagerbach up through center ice. Here's Teddy Lagerbach. 1-on-4. Now he gets a couple players to help along the way. Off the window, and that goes up off the netting on its way out. That's going to go outside of the zone as we face off with 8 minutes and 37 seconds left in the period.
Well, Lagerbach decided to go wide. Good positioning by the Lakeville North defenseman to force him to the outside. And Teddy Lagerbach not shy about taking a shot from anywhere in the offensive zone. Very shallow angle on that one, but up and out of play, so face up outside the zone. 1-0 Minnetonka.
Zach Eneback plays back over to the left wing side for Sam Eneback in the neutral zone. That's going to be Shandorf to play back in behind. You know, this Lakeville North Panther is on the short list in the Section 1 AA, but they're going to have to deal with the likes of Lakeville South, who've been very sturdy here and equally impressive in head-to-head matchups with this hockey club.
I believe they split. But I misspoke. I said that the Section 1 was very deep in that respect, and I meant the South Suburban was very deep as a conference. But I think Hastings might make a little noise in Section 1, Pete Wagner.
You know, they were a lot of expectations last year, and I'm not sure what, you know, obviously Lakeville South finished them there, and, you know, this year they've had some curious losses, but who hasn't?
Yeah.
Here comes Harris back up through center. He waits for Morgan to flow over as the trailer as that's played back in behind. Keppers, nice giddy up there to come away with it out of the corners. He's watched on the play. That by Zach Eneback. 2-on-2. Eneback wins the battle. Puck up to the right wing side. Shandorf just one-hands it to center. Anderson off the boards. Delayed offside. Now it's going to be played in front of the bench area. I swear that official looks like he's about 12. But, oh, my word. Keppers came up, and Hayter was looking for a number.
I think he got it, too.
Yeah, he had a couple of words on his way by. I don't blame him there. Lagerbach, and now he looked at 34. He's got two numbers. He's going to start getting him confused.
Well,
now it's going to be
head on a swivel.
Absolutely, and into the net goes Tuzano, and he was knocked in by a skipper player as he and Shantz exchange love taps. 9-1 are your shots on goal in favor of the Skippers in the early going here of this hockey game.
Well, as much as Minnetonka's had shots on goal and challenged Caleb Mayer, you know, Lakeville North has had possession of the puck. They're doing a pretty good job of getting out of their zone with some efficiency, but that's where it gets tight for Minnetonka, who's playing very sound defensively right now. So one shot on goal, but they've had more zone time, but just solid defensive effort by Minnetonka tonight.
Conan back in behind the net. He's flushed. Bothered on the play by Koshevar. Right wing side, nice step up there defensively on the check by Hurd. Now it's going to be Lagerbach trying to feed to the slot. Puck is knocked to center, where Zitzloff goes to the right wing side. Now it's played back to center. That's Conan for Lagerbach. Nowhere to go. It's absolutely snarled there in the neutral zone. Offside at the line, all over it.
Well, I thought Hunter Newhouse actually had the zone, but it was Streeter apparently that snuck in just a little bit early. I thought it was a good play, but he was right there. So definitive call. It's going to come outside the Lakeville North zone.
Thanks for joining us here tonight. The MNHockey.tv. You know, we got this week and next. That's it for the regular season. Then it's off to the sections. Then we'll see you all at the state tournament. Turn them down and turn us up. That's what we hear everybody's doing. We get great numbers when we do that.
It's amazing. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, wow. I know. And Cassettas is calling my name, brother. Played over to the right wing side. It's a tradition, of course, for our broadcast and coverage team. We'll have full articles, feature stories, pictures, you name it. I'm going to put together a state tournament guidebook, too. Bart and I were supposed to finish up a podcast today. That one dribbles in. Oops. Wow. When are we going to work that one in?
Thursday, maybe?
How about next Thursday? I got some good content I'm sitting on right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've already recorded, and
Well, why don't we do it before the Edina game on Thursday?
I'm in.
Okay.
Perfect. Zitzloff with it. We'll have David Hill in there as our producer, too. He's producing over in Eden Prairie. Then I can give him the stuff and say, just set it up. I got stuff to do. Delegation at its finest. Connick plays to the right wing side. Anello plays that one in deep. Chance will set up. Ooh, Zitzloff, nifty move to get away from the forecheck. Connick plays that down to the high stick.
Blow the whistle.
No, they're going to say that the goaltender, Chance, played it, moved it ahead, and they took
suppose.
that whistle away.
Okay. Well, he was again right there, but pretty good hand coordination by Connick on that one. But kind of a trying moment for Minnetonka, but Chance covered that puck. Now both coaches get a chance to put some fresh legs. It's going to come all the way down.
Oh, they did have the high stick.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he actually touched the puck after the high stick. But the faceoff is going to come down to Caleb Mayer's right.
That's your right call.
And 5:28 left in the first period. Minnetonka holding on to a one-goal advantage.
Skippers and Panthers. Keppers. Oh, look at that. Looked like he was going to feed one over to the right wing side. Instead, slid one through just wide.
He looked
slithered on this very snowy Pagel Activity Center ice sheet. Played back up to the neutral zone as it's going to be Miller. Gets away from one man and plays it back in behind. That one's off Keppers. Man, it used to be so cold in here before they built that rink number 2 behind us. We'd have that. Oh, here's a chance. Shandorf loads up, and he goes back up over the top of the goal. I'm not sure if Chance got a piece of that. Couldn't tell from here.
I think he did.
Terrific save.
Good side to side.
10-4 your shots on goal in favor of the Skippers. That's Mayer to play back over off to the corner for Brunello as he'll accelerate and play a long pass that's knocked off the skate there of Bear. Chips it ahead. Streeter takes the roller. Here he comes across the line, finds a trailer. Lagerback chops at it, turned back up ice by Krantz. On the tape for Ennebeck. Zach Ennebeck, the snapper wide of the mark off the end boards. That's going to be gathered in by Bear. He's stapled as Anderson. Nice play by Newhouse. Oh, that was nifty.
Dangerous.
Got away with that one. That's what he is, though. He's just totally slithery.
Well,
Newhouse I'm referring to. He's very, very adept.
I think there's a little 3-year-old that just tried to pick my pocket.
Was it the 3-year-old or the 5-year-old?
I don't know. One of the two, but they don't know me very well, do they? They should know I got nothing in there but dust. But it was Teddy Lagerbach.
Couple of toothpicks?
Yeah. Well, no, I had to trade those in. But it was Lagerbach that was just a step offside.
Back in across the line. Here they come with it. Gasparini. That one's off the end boards. Zitzloff is there. Now it's Conan. Lays that one up for Newhouse to Streeter, back to Newhouse. Now Lagerback off wing, turns away with a little mini escape there as he's watched closely by Pearson. Back in behind the net it goes. Down to one knee and back up goes Streeter as he stays on that one. In on goal, and there's Meyer with the save. Speaking of Streeter, good to see Tom Streeter's in the house. It's back to normal. Do you have the line charts? Where are the line charts?
All is right in the world
again. Did you just land on a big flight, or what was the deal?
Coming in hot.
Did you wear the mask? Did you wear the mask? All right. Of course, we're talking about the coronavirus. We don't need Tommy Streeter shaking my hand and giving it to me.
Right.
My word. Back into the neutral zone it goes. It's Kiffin. It's not a laughing matter, but
no,
you know
obviously not.
Stick save.
Pete's going to give him his own headset just in case.
I did that. Remember?
Yeah.
I made you take it home.
Yeah, you even marked it, too.
And I did. It didn't even matter because I got it anyway. Oh, look at that. Quinn playing some knee hockey. Shot up over the top of the net there by Harris. Now Quinn again lays that one back in behind the net. They look in front. That's knocked away on the play there by Smith. Kiffin from the right point. Snapper. That deflects wide off the stick of Quinn. And here come the Panthers back up through center. 1-0 your score with 2:53 to go in the period. Obviously, period number 1 early going. Connick worked his way through some traffic, but positioning neatly as Kiffin to stop that would be attempt. Now Connick shallow angle. That's blocked off the chest of Harris. Knocked to center by Worms as he gets away from Zach Enneback. Now it's going to be handled by Harris, back for Miller. He looks up ice, doesn't see much as they change, so he's going to buy some time. Try to push that one through Lacombe, pulls that one away from Kranz, who comes back away with it. Enneback check that off the corner. That's Brunello, who's pushed off the puck, and now it's going to be Keppers along with Morkin. Krantz was there as he guides it along. Zach Enneback will see Lacombe play that one into the corner. Now it's Morkin, checked by Enneback. Spun off the puck is Lacombe. Now out of the zone they go with Schandorf. He's 2-on-2 at the line. He's going to play behind Zitzlaff and race this one to the corner. Jammed by Conan behind the net. Schandorf is there. Conan again. Sam Enneback was there to put the forecheck on. And back out of the zone they come with Lacombe. 1:45 to go in the period. Lacombe knocked away there by Kranz. And again, another stick check by Schandorf. And he'll come away with it as he chips off the glass. Knocked down by Zitzlaff. That's not offside as they try to play it up the line. Lacombe was there. Kranz back into the corner. Now it's going to be Streeter sent to the slot area by the winger Teddy Lagerback, who's pulling himself up off the ice. There are a lot of guys hitting the deck here tonight. Streeter, now it's going to be Newhouse. In on goal, save Mayer. Love the entry there.
Well, indeed, and it was Hunter Newhouse that put a backhand, nice offering on goal, but it was Mayer that actually held on to that one, kept his body in front of it as there was Streeter and Teddy Lagerbach waiting in the wings. Just 1:09 left in this first period. Minnetonka up by 1, but had some pretty good zone time. Really haven't got to a point blank on Caleb Mayer yet, but Lakeville North, for as stressed as they become, they've played pretty well and kept their composure.
Well, they've had their moments, too, in the offensive zone. They've proven to be very good from blue line to blue line in transition, have the Panthers, and here they come again.
Yep.
Connick to the left wing. Took that one from Anello. Wanted the drop pass. Smith flows over, but now it's going to be taken away there on the stick of Newhouse as he'll angle to the left wing side. Newhouse in front. That's calmly played away there by a Panther player in front. I believe that was Gasparini. There's a shot that deflects away from the goal mouth area. Back up to the line they go with it. Now it's going to be Miller. His shot's deflected up and out of play.
Well, that was a good challenge by Anello. It was Miller that tried to get that puck back onto Hunter Newhouse's stick. Hunter Newhouse went. Miller found him from the left point, found him on the right side. He put a good offering on, but it was Mayer that came over and made that save. Tried to relive that magic again, but puck up and out of play.
What does this song remind you of?
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, old school for me when they had to do the dance with Dean Smith.
Oh.
Remember that? When they were doing the dance?
Yeah.
That was something else. Up the left wing side, Pearson.
I have a very narrow focus.
Frank the Tank. Hockey. Anello golf. Plays that one off the. It's pretty.
Couple different levels to my game.
If you have a stick, you're good.
Yep.
There's a chance in front. That's Harris now with a look that is taken away by Zitzlaff up at the line, and that'll do it. Quite the period here.
Well, it was another good job by Anello to get in front of that shot. They're taking care of covering the points where Minnetonka likes to work in the offensive zone. But a good period by both. Shots on goal 13-7. So Lakeville North, they were stuck at 1 for a while. So they got some shots against Brandon Chance. But I thought that was really territorial-wise Minnetonka's period with a bullet. But only up 1-0. So I think Lakeville North came out a little sluggish, but going into the first intermission down 1-0 in Minnetonka at Pagel is not a bad situation.
Yeah, that would be a situation, Bart, where you can take it. Why don't you give us the scoring summary real quick, and we can work our way through our second period intermission.
Well, it's Teddy Lagerbach with his 15th goal of the season. How's that for?
How about my assists?
I'll get those before the period.
Awesome. So basically what I was looking for something from you, Bart, was to cover for me as I'm pulling up our between period festivities.
Why don't you kind of take over? But no, I had trouble hearing, and the timing of it, I was actually speaking, so I took the gum out of my mouth. Still can't do two things at once, but Caleb Mayer actually had 13 shots against, only gave up 1, and a couple of them were pretty good.
We're good. I'm ready to go. I don't need you anymore.
Perfect. Thanks for being so sensitive about that. I like the delivery.
High school hockey is. Aren't you used to it by now?
No.
Oh,
never.
Man.
Never will.
Love you, buddy, like
Too
a brother.
Sensitive.
Love you like a brother. High school hockey continues right here at the mnhockey.tv. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Minnetonka Skippers. Coverage is presented in part by Tradition Companies. 5 companies in one that take care of your home needs, whether it's home building, buying, mortgage, wealth management, you name it, title company, they've got it all. TraditionCo.com by American Family Insurance. Live big, dream big, amfam.com. And then also don't forget coverage presented by Gemini Athletic Wear. Get your jerseys, your apparel, all of your team needs from Chris Bonvino at GeminiAthletic.com.
Too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow. This looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
We're between periods number 1 and 2, 13-7 with your shots on goal in favor of the Minnetonka Skippers. Teddy Lagerback scored the period's lone goal early on for the 1-0 lead. It stands, and for Lagerback, that was goal number 15 and point number 33 on the season for him. We continue with our between periods intermission. We'll have the second period coming up for you right after.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. We dip our feet at the water's edge, and everyone would come along to meet us there. We'll have a competition to see who can chat for longer, 'cause every year my body body's getting stronger. We can swim all day and dance until the night, but we're not coming home till the moonlight shines, till the moonlight shines. Do 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 do. 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 Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. The lodge by the water's still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change.
And a hearty welcome back to the Pagel Activity Center. We're about ready to get this thing going. Here we got one more pass for the ZAM and about 4 minutes to go on the clock as it winds down to get started for what will be the second period between the Lakeville North Panthers and the Minnetonka Skippers. Over at Eden Prairie, the score reads the Eagles 1 and the Totino Grace Eagles nothing. They've been through the first period. The Eagles of Totino Grace giving them some pressure, some heat. We'll get Bart Archer to join us here in a minute, as he is busy texting his fan base and his fan club right now.
That shouldn't take long.
I know you are.
Shouldn't take long at all. All right, I do have a summary if you'd like me to fire it through.
Well, we know it was Lagerbach.
Yes, indeed, and it was Lagerbach's 15th. And I could have probably guessed as far as the assists, what Newhouse and Streeter on the Apples at 1:15 mark of the first period.
There you go. Shots on goal, 13-7.
Well, they have it 14-7 in a different location, but maybe they're talking saves up on the scoreboard here.
I'm just seeing what I see. So.
Yep, let's go with that. But 13-7, good indicator as far as possession in the offensive zone. But Lakeville North was not, they were not taken by the woodshed in any way, shape, or form. It was a 60-40 game, 60 to Minnetonka.
We've done enough of these games to see the tenor and the tempo of it change on a dime. You know, we saw Minnetonka be outplayed badly for the first two periods in a game they came back and won in overtime.
Yep.
Really, they could probably say they played one really effective period, and that's what they needed. But then on the same token, we've seen them play two and a half really good periods, and then all of a sudden, whoever they're playing turns the tide. And, I think when you see how these teams are matching up, they all seem to have a really nice high-end first line. Got 4 or 5 really good defensemen that you can interchange and use the way you want. The goaltending's been really solid, and it's just, I don't know. Do you think the fans and the people that are watching these games are enjoying this year, or do they love the Dominator? I have my thought, but I'd love to hear yours.
Well, I think that there are fans that enjoy just the wide openness. I mean, it's a pretty much an open. I mean, Andover's a favorite.
Right now ranked number 1 on the MN Hockey TV rankings.
But I think that people like the fact that teams are not going 22-3 and that kind of thing. 6-7 losses is not that unusual nowadays, but I just think people love to, like the Edina we'll use for an example, people either love to watch them win or they love to watch them lose. So sometimes when you get the bully on the playground, people migrate to that. But I think the parity is a little bit more endearing to me, or at least I embrace it a little bit more than most.
I take it back to the dynasty, the New York Islanders and the Montreal Canadiens and the Chicago Bulls and all of that. And it seems to me as though it feels this way, that people love, generally speaking, love to see the team that's dominant, and they want to see them cut through everything like a hot knife through butter and then get stopped.
Yep.
The old build you up to tear you down thing. And I mean, that's being a little dramatic, but it's not there this year, really, and so it's really hard for someone to pick a villain. Yeah. And I think when you're watching sports, that's a lot of what happens and what you're looking for. And this year, it's just so wide open, you just don't know. Well, right? You see, so in the South Suburban, you start hitching your wagon. Look at Briar Lake; they're just like carving it up. Then bang, they lose to Eastview.
Yeah.
And not that that's a sin, because
no.
Eastview's a 13-win team, and
again,
they're good.
Yep.
But it's you just don't know.
But even Jefferson's a relevant team on the horizon. They can jump up and do some damage as well. But, to caveat back to your point, the Islanders built from within. They actually drafted and built from within, where the Montreal Canadiens actually had a really good GM that would exploit the lesser teams, get rid of them for a first-round pick, but they'd always have the first choice of anybody from the French-Canadian province.
It was sort of cheap, wasn't it? It was sort of cheating.
They had an advantage, and once they took that away, boy.
I know.
Oh, Brandon Shant stumbles out of the gate. Still makes it to first. Safe.
I thought that was that Hanson brother guy that was out there. Your buddy.
That's one thing we haven't seen him do. We finally saw him score a goal. And I don't wish any ill will on him, obviously, but we haven't seen him even take a tumble or teeter. I certainly don't want him to. Trust me on that. I appreciate what he's got going.
How do you not?
You just love to try to set me up. I'm not taking the bait this time.
I've made a living doing it for 30 years, bud.
Indeed, you're pretty good at it, too.
Well, you're pretty good at taking it, so.
You know the buttons to push.
This ice looks really good right now. It's ready to be played on, I can tell you that much.
Well, again, we always had a concern with some wet spots, and there's
that's Braemar.
Well, and that was here, too, down in this area here. But, no, it looks like a nice, quick surface.
By the way, the Braemar issues appear to have been resolved.
Have they? Okay, good.
I was all about a shaving situation because everything was starting to pool. So they shaved appropriately. I think they brought their iceologists out there and they did their job.
Well, at least somebody shaved, huh? P. Wagner.
Hello. Twice a week, whether I need it or not.
Right. But this is going to be a pretty wide open period. I think Lakeville North, very responsible in their zone, but they were challenged quite a bit. So a good forechecking scheme by Minnetonka, just one man on the puck. One man reads and the other man stays a little bit high, but second period line changes. Get off early, better early than late. Here we go, second period.
Look at Newhouse in the draw against Smith. Newhouse the winner. Now it's going to be played to the right wing side. Conan deflected in by Lacombe. Gasparini is there as he's going to play it up to Connick. Can't get the zone. Kept alive by Conan. Nice job there. So he plays that behind the net. He had a toe of the line. Keppers is there. Gets that away from Jake Ennebeck. Or Zach, rather. I knew I was going to do that at one point tonight. Sam, Zach, Father Jake.
Don't forget Henry.
Henry
was awesome. Him and Max Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Connick stood up, developed by Conan in front of the bench area. Lacombe wrister glove save by Mayer. He's going to hang on. The face-off comes up inside the zone.
That was a really nice play by Minnetonka, and I think it was Keppers that actually didn't have anywhere to go, so he just dropped it for Lacombe, and Lacombe went in stride, top of the left circle, put a pretty good shot on glove side, but Caleb Mayer tracked it quite well, made a pretty challenging save look pretty easy. Face-off now to his right.
Well, they've got the full 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaches and maybe 3 other. I mean, they've got a full staff here at Minnetonka tonight. They're not messing around. Sam in the back feeds the slot that's knocked back at the center as it rolls up on its end again. Back in across the line. Rister misses the mark. Sam in the back from a shallow angle off the side of the cage. Harris will play this along the right wing side. Knocked back into the oncoming Panther player there as it's going to be gathered in by Pearson. He's hounded by Liam Worms. Over to the right wing side they go with it. Kranz has that roll off his stick from Brunello. Now it's Kiffin. Miller guides it around to Quinn. Back up to the right wing side. That's played in on the strong stick by Harris out of the zone. Nice touch pass offside at the line. Harris got a little bit ahead of himself when he fed Quinn there.
Well, it was Pearson that put the challenge in front of him, forced him to cut, and as much as he tried to straddle the line, he just couldn't. So, but it was a nice zone exit. I kind of like that line of Quinn, Harris, and Worms. A nice balance on the line. Got some offensive production. They got a worker in Worms that can put the puck in the net as well. I like the dynamic of what Coach Goldsworthy is putting out tonight as far as his line chart. Even though we didn't get one from Tom Streeter to begin with, we still appreciate it.
And he didn't have one when he got here. So clearly we weren't on his radar all day long, and that's disappointing. Gasparini. His people will be hearing from my people.
Right. They can do lunch.
Smith. Now Anello on the forecheck, as that's going to be Bear to play over for Anderson. Streeter looks up ahead to Newhouse as
Nice
he's
exit.
watched by Gasparini. Nice feed to the left wing side, and the Skippers again just a little bit offside there.
Well, a little gamesmanship on that one. It was Anello that actually forced Lagerbach offsides to force that offside whistle. A lot of times I always thought that was kind of interference, but it was a nice heady play by the Lakeville North Panther. Draw the whistle.
You want to call the pick.
Yeah, interference, the pick, but if you can get away with it, it's a good play.
Zitzloff now, Conan with it. Flips that one in wide of the mark. Off the end boards it goes. Pearson was there, plays to the right wing. Now it's going to be Anello. Back at center, Conan lays that over to the left wing side off the stick of Newhouse. Smith will play this one in behind. Now it's going to be Conan. He's going to have to hurry with pressure coming his way from Smith. He's going to skate the zone as he's knocked down by Smith. The late penalty coming up as the Skippers work the zone. There's a shot off the post. Zitzloff clean. Now it's going to be Lacombe. One-timer. Streeter misses the mark. Over to the right wing side. Connick gets the stick and the possession. And that'll put the Skipper power play on full force here. Bart, we haven't seen it yet tonight as they can bring it.
No, indeed they can. It's going to be Caden Smith, the senior forward, that's going to go for this Panther team. But 28.8 power play. Very impressive number for this Minnetonka Skipper team against an 81.7 penalty kill for the Panthers. Not too bad. But a great opportunity right now for the Skipper team to take a 2-goal lead. But 2 minutes in the box for Caleb Smith.
Gasparini now from the corners. He plays this one up. Conan down to the knees, makes the play. Zitzloff, Lacombe misfires there. Knocked off the boards heavy, but that's Zitzloff again. Wanted the big clapper, tried to push that one through, but that was blocked up high. Tousineau was there to make the play. Now it's going to be Conan, left wing side. Keppers, backdoor to Lacombe. He had to reach for it. Turns back up to the near side. Lacombe, Zitzloff, or check that, Conan Zitzloff. Now Lacombe's shot. That hit Gasparini high.
Oh, it hit him.
Didn't like that one. That one is going to be numb for a little bit, but he's no worse for wear. Lost the handle. Maybe that injury did take a little bit of a toll there, but somehow he fought that up. Oh, and then he runs into his own player. Puck doesn't go. Now it's Conan backdoor. There's a shot and a save. What an opportunity there by the Skippers.
Well, indeed it was. In fact, it was a cross-ice pass and on the Kipper's stick, and he in one motion put it toward the goal, but it was Mayer that slid over and closed that window very, very quickly. So nice save by Lakeville North goaltender to pick his team up. 1:11 left in the penalty. Lakeville North Smith.
1-0 here from
time.
the Pagel Activity Center.
Been a good one. Been fun.
Pulled back to Kiffin as he'll walk to the right side. Now Miller with it, back up for Kiffin. He'll give the Lagerback the quick shot. Nice pad save, Mayer. has the stick down there, and that hits the pillow as well.
Well, I really like the shot that Teddy Lagerbach took. It was a slap shot, had some velocity, but along the ice, all he could do is make that pad save, and if there was somebody in the opportune spot, they might have buried that one. So good decision by Lagerbach.
Newhouse with entry across the line. He's got Streeter racing down the right wing, looking to get open. Newhouse will be wedged on the play. Back in behind, it's going to be Cole Pearson with it. Finds an opening. Boy, when they clear it down, they put it right on.
Yeah, but nice job by Pearson to fend off two would-be power play specialists to ice that puck and burn some time.
Now it's going to be Miller to the left wing for Newhouse across the line. Tucks that one back in behind the net. Streeter slides over. Tuzano was there. Kiffin over to the right wing side for Miller. Guides it down. Back door. Oh, he scores! What a play there. Power play working for the Skippers. That was as good as it gets, Bart. 2-0 Minnetonka.
Well, as Lagerbach that scored a second goal of this contest, 16th of the season, and that one was from Newhouse and I believe Kiffin. But we'll wait for the official scoring. But that one is on the power play, so we're back to 5-on-5. Minnetonka with a 1-goal advantage. Now it's up to Lakeville North to get on their horse and start getting some offensive zone time. But Minnetonka's power play looks very strong, and I think it's prudent that this Panther team stays out of the box.
Well, a power play that clicks at just under 30% showed exactly why right there. Over in Eden Prairie, the Eagles lead the Eagles of Totino Grace by a score of 2-1, for those of you keeping an eye on that one. Back across the line. Now there's a nice feed down low, and that one just misses the mark. Now it's going to be Quinn with it. Totino Grace bringing some serious gas here tonight on Eden Prairie.
Oh.
Now Connick with it. Back it across the line. He's got Smith open. Look to feed him down low. That missed the mark. As it's knocked to center, Worms was looking for Miller. Worms gets it back and lays that one up for Quinn. Here comes Quinn across the line. Loads it up. His shot deflects up and out of play. Off a Lakeville North stick will face off in their zone.
Well, I'm going to give a tentative correction. I think the assist was from Streeter and Zitzloff. So I'm going to go get a refraction after this game and get my eyes checked. But I don't think Minnetonka really cares who
Whiting
scored.
Clinics.
Yeah, I should get LASIK. One of these years I will. And then it'll be too late.
Isn't it already?
Probably.
Lacombe, Brink off the face-off there, pushes that wide of the mark.
That's very well done. Very subtle, by the way.
Sam Enneback now to the corner. Looks in front, bounding puck. Nice save there by Shantz to keep that one out of the back of the net.
Well, and that's the thing that's going to give Lakeville North a little bit of energy. They came down with numbers, put it on goal, and it was Shantz that made the save, but they had somebody waiting in the wings to put that back, and I think Sam Enneback took the initial shot, but I think that it was Shandorf that was waiting in the wings, but nice save by the goaltender from Minnetonka.
Over to the right wing side now. It's going to be Brink with it across the line. Waits for Lacombe, feeds him. Nice play there. And this is played back up into the neutral zone. Here they come back across the line. Sam Enneback loads it up. Ooh, that's deflected away by Zitzloff. And Gasparini down low looking to make a play for the Panthers. Now would be Minnetonka to the left wing side. Across the line is Keppers with Brink and Lacombe. Brink from the left side. Misses the mark. Now it's going to be Lacombe who comes away with that. Tucks that one back into the corner. Keppers is there. Checked by Gasparini. Back in behind for Brink. Gasparini positions. Neat angle there as that's lifted up and sent out of the zone by Krantz. Now it's going to be Anderson with it. He'll find Bear, who looks back ahead to Streeter across the line. He's jammed on the play. Nice heavy check there by Enneback. There's Lagerbach. His shot. Big save. Rebound. Lagerbach with his 100th point a few minutes ago on his career as a high school hockey player
nice
here at
level.
Minnetonka. Wanted 101. Now it's going to be Newhouse with it. Knocks that one up to the top of the right circle. That's turned aside. Skippers with nice pressure here off the boards. It's going to be Anderson. Bumps for Streeter. Streeter's going to be muscled by Krantz to the boards, but the puck will be played and gloved down by Streeter. Wrister off the crossbar. That's two Metallurgies right now for Minnetonka this period alone.
Well, that was just 2 steps inside the blue line, and he let a wicked wrist shot go. And I'm not sure Mayer even saw that one. Caromed off the crossbar and up and out of play. So, but the play.
That was me on the replay, a little tardy.
Well,
my bad.
No, it
multitasking.
Wouldn't
my
it
bad.
be outside the zone if it was?
No,
unless
if you shoot it off any part of the net, stays inside.
Okay, fair enough. I just got educated.
Take it to school right here at the MNHockey.tv.
Never too old to learn, right?
As a goaltender, I knew that one, buddy.
Yeah.
We have to. Now it's going to be Miller back in behind the net. He rides off a check. Spins away from the oncoming pressure of Caden Smith. Now they find Kiffin, who looks ahead. It's going to be Harris to the right wing side. Back in across the line. It's going to be Miller. Lays one toward the slot areas. It's going to be Anello who comes away with it. Whoa, 2 skippers come together and they took each other out. Miller and Quinn, best hit of the night. Now it's going to be Connick. He's going to get this away from trouble. Nice deflection to Smith from Anello. That one's played in. Icing will be the call. They're going literalists here tonight. It was.
Yeah.
We see that oftentimes be a vicinity play.
Well,
it's like kind of close enough.
As long as they're consistent, I think that's the most important part. But it was Caden Smith that thought he had the red, dumped it all the way down. But thank you for joining us. If you just jumped in, it's 2-0 Minnetonka. 8:39 left in the second period.
Skippers and Panthers from Pagel Activity Center. Only 4 games. It just feels weird this week. It's just we don't have any games. I mean, some weeks we're doing like 40. I don't know what to do with myself. Lacombe. I mean, like
I'm sure you'll find something.
Oh, you know, I'll find a way.
Watch those Friends reruns.
Oh no, can't happen. Didn't watch the original. Sorry. Just did not. You liked it, didn't you?
I didn't mind it, but I only watched it
for
watch
it.
about 5 or 6 episodes.
Oh, no.
I'm not a TV guy.
Hey, I got news for you. That's 5 or 6 more than me.
Right.
Back in across the line, in on goal. That was Shantz to make the save.
Well, and then it was Hayter, A.J. Hayter, that came in, senior forward, kind of took a poke at Shantz. It was innocent, but Minnetonka rallied around their goaltender, let him know that was unacceptable.
Hayter letting him know, letting Shantz know there's another team
That's
there.
Right, that's right.
We're going to be in your kitchen. Thursday night, we're going to be at Braemar Arena, where we're going to see the Knights of St. Michael Albertville, the newcomer to the Lake Conference, who've been making waves. They came up with that win most recently against Minnetonka. These Skippers
playing Benilde tonight.
Steered up and out of play.
Boy, that must be about the 8th shot for Teddy Lagerbach. 2 tallies on the board going for that hat trick. But one thing I just jumps out at me about this Minnetonka team is that their zone exits are so efficient right now with purpose. They're getting out of the zone cleanly. I think Lakeville North is going to have to change their forecheck scheme or take better angles. But Minnetonka is just getting out of the zone with a whole bunch of efficiency. That's got to make Coach Goldsworthy feel pretty good.
There's a really hard-fought face-off win for the Panthers. Lagerbach very engaged in this game, throws the body and forces the turnover. Brunello plays that one ahead. That's Brunello, rather. Now Lagerbach is watched closely on the play by Hurd as that's knocked back into the corner. Body thrown there by Nelson. Now it's Lagerbach. Looked up to Miller. Instead hangs on to it, gives it down low to Streeter. Walks short side, stopped by Mayer. Lagerbach battles that one away and comes away with it. Kiffin now. His shot's deflected up off the glass. Newhouse races that one down. He's hit heavily by Kranz. Now it's going to be Streeter. Lagerbach walks, wanted to try to force that one through. Mayer nearly bailed on the post. And Kranz let Lagerbach know, this is my house.
Well, and Kranz is not a small man either, but Lagerbach, he practices that backhand. He goes from the goal line and does the backhand up under the bar. He tried to make that work, but Mayer did a nice job of keeping his integrity on that post. But Lagerbach is engaged. You said it before. When he's engaged, he draws a lot of attention, and he's good enough in traffic to where he can draw 2 defenders in and get that puck and push it ahead and create some space. So Teddy Lagerbach's checking all the boxes tonight.
Face-off win, Harris to Worms. And when we see a lot of these Skipper games, we do a good number of their games. This has been the best I've seen him play all year long.
Yep, in all zones, too.
Gasparini up for Connick. Forced by Worms. Puck back into the corner. Gasparini, now he'll be hurried by Harris. Gasparini and Harris from the corner. Played back up to the near side. Connick lays that one ahead. That's away from Anello and sent right back in. Now chasing this puck, it's going to be Zach Enneback to Anello. That's off Smith's skate, and back into the corner it goes. Connick waits. Nice little positional move on Conan there. It's like he knew he was going to go with it. Worms plays ahead for Quinn. Left wing side, watched by Enneback. His wrister steered up off the end glass. Here comes Brink. Forces the turnover to Harris. Now it's going to be back off the bottom of the circle. To Connick they go. Nice job by Connick to stay at home. You see a lot of those wingers, even at this stage, like to go down and get that puck, but once you're there, you're no longer an option.
You are correct.
In on goal as Mayer makes the save and hangs on.
Boy, and you see that a lot of the times is the wingers will come down to try to help the defense, and really all it does is create more space and doesn't help anybody. So you're right, very disciplined play by the winger for this Panther team. Faceoff is going to be to Caleb Myers left. Mayer's left, 5:45 left in the second period. Shots on goal, 26 for Minnetonka, 10 for Lakeville North.
Off the glass, back into the neutral zone it goes. Down goes Anderson as he was being watched by Koshevar. Now it's Brink on the breakout from the right wing side. Turns back into his own zone. Anderson regathers, looks back up for Brink. Left wing side for Keppers. Brink tried to turn away, but he was checked on the play. That's Hayter down low. Skippers work the offensive zone. We're seeing Brink on this line now instead of Morgan. Knocked ahead. There's a wrister. Off the post. Oh, Tuzano with a bid. Look to cut that lead in half to 2-1. Now it's going to be Miller, watched by Tuzano.
Ooh, offside.
Sends that one in. They're going to have to touch back up. Are the Skippers, they do. Here comes Minnetonka, or the Lakeville North Panthers out of the zone with Pearson. Watched by Lagerback. Pearson now gains the line, pushes that wide of the mark. Streeter now with 4:36 to go in the period. Miller off the boards. Lagerback jammed on the play right there. And they're going to have that one coming.
Just jumped the route a little bit early, and I don't know if that's Pearson that's going to go for Lakeville North, but just jumped the route a little early and took Teddy Lagerbach out of the play before the puck was even in proximity.
Jake Taylor trying to get Kranz back, and the official saying nope.
Well, it was A.J. Hayter that took that interference penalty. I didn't mean to charge the wrong person, but another power play for Minnetonka.
They looked good last one.
Yes,
1-for-1 with the man advantage. Off the boards, Kiffin handed right over to Smith. Back up through center, finds an opening and plays that back in behind. Shantz cuts off. Kiffin will let it go. Now it's going to be Miller as he starts it back up out of the zone. Miller lays over for Kiffin. He'll carry this one across the line. Kiffin leaves over for Streeter. Anello is there. It's off the stick, off the toe of the stick of Miller. And here they come back in across the line. Kranz looks down low. That's off the stick as they try to wrap that one around. That was Sam Enneback on that play.
Boy, it was a nice sequence by Lakeville North, shorthanded.
Check that was Anello on that play. Now it's going to be up the line, left wing side. Newhouse took it from Miller all the way around. Kiffin will have to hurry. He keeps it. Nice stick there. Tried to get it to Lagerback, but that was picked off by Smith, the center. Anello is there as he puts pressure on Miller. Gets inside on him, overcomes Kiffin. He'll come away with it as he tries to fight off Anello, and does, as he'll walk out of the corner as he surveys the scene.
51 seconds left in the penalty to Lakeville.
Kiffin, right wing for Streeter, too far. That's going to be slapped back into the Minnetonka zone. So far, a much better PK here for the Lakeville North Panthers. Minnetonka's had a tough time getting set up. Zissoff now back in across the line as he carries this deep. Keppers is there, waits a moment, stays on it. Now he gives that off for Lacombe. Plays this one back up to the line for Conan. Hard over to Zitzloff. Snapper, stick save, Mayer. Glove down by Lacombe. Content to go right back up to Conan Back over for Miller. One-timer, pad save by Mayer. Good one there off the Lacombe bid.
Boy, that was a nice one. He used all of his extremities to keep that puck out of the net. Nice job.
Zitzloff now finds his man across the line. That's Keppers with it. Now it's going to be Harris back down for Keppers and on goal, and there's the save made by Harris.
Well, what Keppers was trying to do is give the goaltender the idea that he's going to go behind the net, then came back out front, tried to stop at 5-hole, but Mayer did a nice job of closing that door very quickly. 2:24 left in the second period. We're back to 5-on-5. Nice kill by the Panthers. It wasn't until about 3/4 into the power play that Minnetonka was even able to set up. Then they got some pretty good looks, but I think Lakeville North's got to stay out of the box, Pete Wagner.
It's just your 30th shot on goal there by the Skippers. 30-10, they lead big in that category. We saw them do that to the Duluth East Greyhounds and come up empty as well, though. You never know. You're right, though. They do need to stay out of the box because it's pretty devastating, that power play. And that was a calling card for the last 3 or 4 years of this Minnetonka Skipper team, from Brian Urich all the way up to the Sean Goldsworthy additions.
Well, and it just seems like their power play is getting better and better as the year goes on, but it's been probably one of the most consistent parts of the Minnetonka Skippers game since the start of the season, but it's getting better and better, hovering around almost the 30% mark as we've talked about.
Connick lays that one ahead for Smith across the line. Rister Shantz is content to hang on and just keep it trapped up against his body. Will face off to his left.
Well, it was a shot from distance, but Minnetonka using that blue line as a natural line of defense. They closed that gap and forced Smith to take that shot from distance, but Shantz made that save look pretty easy. Face off to his left.
The MNHockey.tv is committed to presenting some of the best high school hockey you're going to find around, not only here in Minnesota, but the country. And also, don't forget, we are installing cameras across the state of Minnesota. We're in a number of rinks. Right now, we're installing in Roseau, Minnesota.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Memorial's up. We'll have that running over the weekend. Lagerback, Rister.
Oh.
That one's pushed off the mark. I'm trying to do a deal with Wild FM 102 to grab their audio for the play-by-play.
Oh, wow.
We're not messing around.
No.
What do you think I do, just sit around all day?
Yeah.
You kind of do, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks. Oh, you got the best job. All you do is talk. Not really.
Well, you might not be lifting cinder blocks, but you're awful busy.
I used to, basically.
Yeah. That's what pushed you into this area here, but you put great effort in to bring this game that we love to the masses, Pete. So tap on the shins to you, obviously, for all your work.
Thank you, Bart. Couldn't do it without you.
Well, yeah, you probably could. It just wouldn't be as fun. You wouldn't have anyone to pick on.
That's kind of true.
Kind of.
Sort of the Abbott and Costello, you know, for the old schoolers. Out front, turnover. Chance from Nelson, rebound. Scores! That is just what the doctor ordered. Panthers are on the board. A hard-working goal around the goal mouth area.
Well, they just overwhelmed them with numbers, and it was Minnetonka that couldn't catch up with the puck, but there were just too many red jerseys in front of Brandon Chance. They punch that one in, gives him a little life, gives him a little energy. Changes the complexion of this game. Now Lakeville's just one good shot down. They're outshot 30-13 at this point, but they're only one good shot down. We'll have to wait for the official scoring. A lot of red bodies down there, but Lakeville North finally tickles the twine late in the second period. Here's Pearson.
Looks ahead for Smith. And now it's going to be played back up to the top of the blue line and sent back in. Quinn now across the line. Worms comes over to help him. Connick gathers in. Panthers have been very patient. Oh, they lay that one off to the right wing side, and Ella was there. Back into the zone, Worms was slapping the stick, and someone thought that was one of their guys, and they bit on that. Now it's Gasparini with it. Gasparini across the line. Deflected away from Worms. Quinn comes away with it. Nice little collision there. 22 to go in the period. Back behind they go, and they're hot top of their own zone. Anello deflects that. Miller comes away with it. Miller will send a long pass ahead, but that's cut off by Pearson. He's got to toe the line, and they're offside right at that line.
Well, just 8.7 seconds left in this second period. One goal game, so unless something really quick happens, we're just going to go into this period 2-1. Minnetonka has the advantage on this one, but Lakeville North, they finally got rewarded for a little hard work. I couldn't hear the announcement for the goal. I'll have that before the next period break. Frustrating.
Miracle here? Is that Slav with it?
It's not me.
I'm being funny.
I don't think that's funny, by the way.
Okay, sorry. I know, it's like the Charlie Brown teacher. You can't hear anything.
Lasix, Miracle here.
Don't worry about it.
Jeez Louise.
It's just never ending, isn't it?
No, but with that goal, it kind of changes the complexion of how this third period is going to be played. Minnetonka just has to kind of keep on keeping on, but they just can't get overwhelmed with numbers in their own zone. So far, they've been pretty responsible, but just that one faux pas put a goal in for Lakeville North. So a one-goal game into the third period. It should be a good one.
Should be a good one indeed. It's been tight checking, and each club's had their chances. So we'll keep our eyes out for a very good third period. We'll continue with high school hockey. It's 2-1 Minnetonka after 2. We'll be back with more right after this. High school hockey continues right here at the MNHockey.tv, and we are between periods with Tradition Capital Bank's Dan Fagan. Thanks for joining us here. I know you've got a busy schedule, and we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. First of all, why don't you share your position with the bank and what you do?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Dan Fagan, and President and CEO of Tradition Capital Bank.
And in your role, you've obviously have a bank that's a little bit different than other banks. We have a stereotypical thing in our mind, but when it comes down to what you are as a bank, can you kind of share what's different about you and who Tradition Capital Bank is?
Yeah, would be happy to. We started in 2005. We raised $10 million in capital, and we had a vision for being a bank of locally owned investors and bankers that are in our community, to come together and create a bank that we would have this idea of doing business with friends and family and expanding that network over time. For us, we are a full-service community bank in the Twin Cities, so you can think of all the services that a Wells Fargo or a U.S. bank would do. We can do those here. But think of it in terms of high-touch, high-service. So we have all the technology, mobile app, online banking. We have loans, deposits, all the types of things you get with a U.S. bank or Wells Fargo bank, you get with us. But when you come in, we know you by name, we recognize you, we give a high level of service, and it's a much different feel. We're a private bank, so we're not a high value mass marketed bank. We're more unique and more kind of fly under the radar through our friends and family.
And so with that recognition from the client base and how it feels, it definitely, for those that come through your doors, it's a lost art, I think. And have you found as a business with what you offer, you have the technological capabilities of all the big box banks, if you will, but you have the hometown feel that we really don't get in the Twin Cities anymore.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And if you look, if you know the banking world, there's a lot of consolidation happening. So I don't want to say think of your Home Depot's taking out the local hardware store, but banks are very similar in that you can get lost as a customer in a big bank. But a bank like ours, we're smaller, we're more nimble, we're very responsive, but yet we were founded by a lot of good business owners in the Twin Cities community. And we have a lot of good bankers here. I myself was a former bank examiner. So we know banking very well, but we are very responsive. We're locally owned, local decision making, and you're not going to get that as much in the Twin Cities here. Other banks are making decisions, some in California, some in Wisconsin, some that take 3 weeks on a turnaround for you. If you come in here, we can talk among our bank and within a few hours get back to you and let you know, hey, this is something we can do. We've done, honest to goodness, we've closed a $10 million loan in a couple of days. Now, we don't do bad loans. We do good loans, but we're very responsive. We had all the information, and we put the transaction together, and that's just not something you're going to get at a big bank.
Well, there's some things that we say we're uniquely Minnesotan, but we also do business Minnesotan as well, so it's really helpful for those Minnesota businesses to know exactly that they have someone with their finger on the pulse of what's really happening here. Let's dig in a little bit deeper into the technology part of things that you have from the consumer, the user perspective. Can you kind of open up the toolkit there? What do you got?
Absolutely. So from a private banking perspective, we obviously have online banking that you could do on a desktop, or we have the kind of online tablet banking, but most importantly, we have our mobile banking app. If you're familiar with some of the larger banks, for example, Bank of America, we actually have the same platform that they use in their online banking. So we have banking where you can look at, obviously, account balances, make payments online. You can make transfers to other individuals. We have a product called Zelle that's very popular among
all
the big
over
banks.
it. We pay our employees with it.
There you go. So we've got Zelle here. So basically all the things you could do at the big banks, the technology's there, and we're implementing them and have that available for us. For our business customers, we also have business online banking, set up ACH originations, again, client to client, B2B, or individual to individual. We have all those services and technology, but the best part is that you have that hands-on, one-on-one. You need something, you pick up the phone, you dial a number, it's picked up by an individual, we know you, we're responsive, and we can make those things happen, whether it's a wire transfer, whether it's overdraft. If you are out and about, you go away for a weekend, and you forget to transfer money, and you're overdrawn, we're not going to return that check, and we're going to call you and say, hey, what happened? Because we know you. So you have all the tech now. You'll be able to see that, and you'll have probably something pop up on your app, insufficient funds, but you don't have to worry that we're going to return the check. You can call us. We know you. We take care of it. That's what you get when you're with Tradition.
And that's very unique. And you also, from someone picking up the phone, you don't have the phone tree to work through where they say, we didn't get that. Will you try that again? Which is really, for me, I think that's a terrific thing too. As far as where you're going, obviously you've opened up a fabulous facility in Wayzata. You're here in Edina, and are you also somewhere else?
In North Oaks.
North Oaks, that's correct. Anything beyond those three locations? What are you guys thinking there?
So I think right now for the Twin Cities, that's a pretty good market. And again, with technology, you don't need brick and mortar on every corner. In fact, you may not go into the bank as many times as you used to. Now we're here if you need us. The reason we had Edina was our original spot. We went to North Oaks. It was pretty strategic because it was literally across town on the other side to serve kind of the St. Paul market and North Metro. Wayzata was a very unique opportunity that we had a client that had a building and said, hey, you know what, this is a cool little community out here. So we looked to set up a small location. We have about 10 staff, just under 10 staff that are at our Wayzata location, but again, full service banking. In terms of the Twin Cities, that's what we're at kind of right now, but we obviously are always looking at strategic initiatives. What I will say is that, and this is a little bit down the road, but we have a lot of clients that were private bank clients that winter in either Arizona or Naples. And so we are considering putting kind of now we can do business down there already, but we are looking at down the road setting up some branch locations because we want to make sure we take care of our clients wherever they're at. And those seem to be some markets that a lot of people are attracted to, and we've had a lot of customer relationships out there. So that's kind of a little thing in the future that we're taking a look at.
Well, so not far away, we have our Edina Jerry's Foods down in Sanibel Island, so why not? The free shameless plug, sorry.
Yes,
hope you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
Kind of the same concept for those of you that appreciate that.
That's exactly what it is. We're Minnesotans. We know this market. We know our people.
Everybody loves that.
And everybody loves that. And if you're going to be out in those other communities dealing with people that are just good, hardworking, good, valued Minnesota people, that's what we're looking to do. And by the way, we have an aging employee base, and some of these employees are looking to go to these communities. So it's a nice way to retain not only our customers, but also some of our employees. And so we see a big opportunity, but also I think there's a lot of people in those communities that miss kind of that hometown, small town feel. You go in, it's a handshake, you see things. Yes, we need to fill out paperwork and all that, but we do our best to be people of integrity. And when we tell you we're going to do something, we do it. No surprises, handshake, that's the way we do it.
Terrific stuff, Dan. Finally, if I want to get started with you, if I'm a business or a consumer, what's the best way? Just pop in, give you a call? What do you guys prefer?
Either, yeah. We have kind of on our website, you can see kind of the department leads we have here, whether it's a business banking need, private banking need, construction development. Obviously, you can have call us on the phone. The best way is either that or just come in person. We have bankers here on site that if you're not calling us, if you're in the area, pop in. We'll get somebody right away. We always have someone to handle the needs there. So it's literally a phone call. Let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help. If we're not the best fit for you or the best resource, we'll do everything we can to help make that appropriate connection to someone that might better serve you.
That's exactly who these people are, folks. What is that email? Why don't you shoot that out there for everybody? Or email, sorry, website, web address. Why don't you shoot that for us?
www.traditiontc.com. tradition.bank, B-A-N-K.
Simple enough. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much.
Good
luck in
stuff.
the tournaments.
Thank you. We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day. We're out here 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cleaning up the water.
You guys need some help?
Sure.
Yeah.
No way.
JJ Watt.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
I don't believe it. Good.
JJ.
Come on.
Thank you, sir.
Come on.
Isn't that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. So what are you guys doing out here? What's the whole cleanup about?
Well, we're just doing the right thing. It's a kind of a thankless job. It's out of sight, out of mind. Somebody's got to do it.
What's the dream for the cleanup project?
You know, my dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
No problem, boys. I thought I was going to have to come over there and show you how to do it.
That's not going to smell good.
Not pleasant.
Great play, baby.
What would you do without these guys?
I would be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. These guys are everything to me.
You ever catch anything? Brackish waters up in here? I'll call it castaneted shrimp. You eat them? No. It's been a good day, fellas. I appreciate you guys having me out here. It's eye-opening to see all the trash and everything that you guys pick up.
For me, it's really not just a job. You know, it's a passion.
I appreciate you having me out. You can swing a mean net, man.
Appreciate you helping us. It was a long, hot day.
You aren't kidding. It's hot. Talk about it. Yeah. The heat's a little different than it is on the field.
It was like an exodus here. I mean, there's nobody in here.
Well,
I mean, when you look at that. I mean, well, no, everybody just buried themselves into the lobby because it's as cold in here tonight as it's been in 4 years.
Yeah, it is a little chilly. I'm glad I kind of dressed for it.
I didn't because I was thinking, I think everything is Eden Prairie where you're standing up by that heater and you're just going straight T-shirt.
Yeah, the radiant heat does us favors up there.
Radiant heat.
I like it. Should we do a scoring summary? I actually have all the information. I'm so excited. I'm giddy.
Let's hear it.
All right, first period, it was Teddy Lagerbach that opened the scoring at 1:15 mark from Newhouse and Streeter. Then it was Lagerbach again on the power play in the second period at the 4:30 mark from Newhouse and Miller. So we finally got the assist correct on that. And in the second period, it was Lakeville North that answered back. It was Ben Connick with his 8th at the 15:50 mark, and that was listed as unassisted. Shots on goal that period, Lakeville North 6 for a two-period total of 13. And Minnetonka with 16, two-period total of 30.
And over at the XL Energy Center, your Minnesota Wild, and what could be deemed as a must-win. Have a pair of goals from your guy Kevin Fiala, and they're
awesome.
up 2-0.
Good. It is kind
on
of
the white-hot Chicago Blackhawks.
And former Edina alumni Kiefer Bell is making his debut for the New York Islanders tonight.
Really?
Indeed he is. With those silky mitts.
Like father, like son?
I said silky mitts. I'm just kidding, by the way. I was a big Bellows fan. Hard not to be. 50 goals, man. You can't just do that in the show.
Dino?
Dino's cool.
Bobby Smith.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't like him?
I didn't. I liked him. You can't.
How do you
not
feel
like
about
Bobby
the fact
Smith.
that the Walrus Mahoney basically says he doesn't fit? Louis moves him. I don't know why he moved him, but he moves him. You got Mark Napier.
And Keith Acton.
Fine.
No, I think Bobby
And then
Smith
what happened to
actually
Bobby
requested
Smith
me.
when he went and those two came here? What happened?
He might have won a cup.
Yeah.
But I think it was Bobby Smith that initiated that as much as anybody. I don't think it was necessarily Mahoney. I just don't think it was a personality clash, perhaps.
It was great to see him be able to come back to Minnesota, though, to close out the career.
But watching him wear number 18 was just, there was something wrong
That was
with
different, but it was okay. But how good was he in that playoff run against the Oilers? Remember, he shelved? He was himself. Oh, it's beautiful. That was some of the best play. Well, the one goal I remember him was that one when he walked along the goal line against Calgary.
Calgary.
Uh-huh.
Put the emphasis on the Calgary.
Well, when we talk hockey, you say Calgary, and when you refer to it as a non-hockey deal, it's Calgary.
If it's rodeo or otherwise, it's
yeah,
Calgary.
It's Calgary. But if it's hockey, it's Calgary.
Now, with Bobby
it's
Smith,
not
there's
hockey,
a wonderful
it's
talent.
hockey.
But that was one of my favorite lines of all time is the McAdam, Payne, and Smith line. They were dynamic. They were dynamic. Plus, and then we followed it up with the Broughton, McCarthy, and Dino line.
What was so weird is the sexy names were Smith, Payne, McCarthy, but that Broughton line.
Oh, my word.
That was the second line.
But to think about it, you have the finisher in Dino, you have the playmaker in Neil Broughton, whoever they put on the other side, it didn't really matter. They're going to be successful. Here we go, one-goal game.
We haven't had that kind of offensive talent in this state for 40 years. God, it's brutal. It's Muxamore out here.
But we did trade for Kriva Krasov to try to...
Sergei. I will say what Bob Gainey said to me specifically, and I quote, I name dropped here on this broadcast.
Ding.
When expansion came around, we had players from around the world, but let's be honest. There used to be teams that would have 4 40-goal scorers and maybe even a 50 and some 20s and 30s. And then you start spreading those guys around to 30, 31 teams. Good luck.
Yeah.
Puck's played back into the Minnetonka zone. Boy, that was a tangent. Miller plays this
Welcome
one over
back
for Kiffin. You'd think this was one of those 10-0 affairs. Now it's going to be played out front. That's a nice hustle down to the corner by Connick. Now it's going to be sent. That hit Miller right up toward the neck region. He felt that one. He's going to go to the bench. Now it's going to be Morkin over for Lacombe. That's off his stick. Pearson guides Mayer to play this one along the far wall as the Skippers will regroup with Conan. He'll play that one for Morkin. Off the boards it goes. 2-1 hockey game here in the third period early on. Thanks for joining us. The MNHockey.tv. Good to see Chris Wilson in the house. Now it's Lagerback. And back up the Krantz took a stick but stayed on his feet. Anello nice inside out on Zitzler. He had the far blocker pad side, went short side.
It rolled on him.
Thundered it off the end boards. They try to center the feed here, and now here comes Conan with it. This is a great example, though, where, the Skippers started so hot and fast. We talked about the periods, and then all of a sudden the team will take over. This has been pretty much what we've been seeing in high school hockey, and I think a lot of that has to do with the players sticking with the game plans or making the adjustments that are required. The coaches are doing such a great job at the high school level these days. There's so many good ones across the board.
Oh, indeed there are. In fact, I think we witnessed Coach Randolph. I mean, their team got outshot 43-7, and he seemed to find that magic, and his team scored when they needed to. So, good point, P. Wagner.
The mastermind. How about the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks defeating the very, very hot Wayzata Trojans by a score of 4-1 the other day? I mean, you just don't know. I mean, and they're good, too.
It's this year. It's just, wow.
Zitzloff plays that one ahead for Worms across the line. He's stopped by Hayter. While we're on that note, when you think about teams that we've seen dynasty-wise, not dynasty, but single seasons, the Lakeville North undefeated team, Jefferson.
It's crazy how good they were.
Which team stands out in your 30 years of doing this with me as the best you've ever announced a game for?
The Jefferson. The only reason why I say that is because we called their games, and we'd always have a running time in the third period because they were just so much better than everybody else. They just had depth at all positions.
It was just almost not even fair. I mean, think of the 20-game regular seasons. They had 20 games, and the Jags would probably have half dozen to 7 tough games. I'm thinking Osseo was one of them at the time. Park Center gave him some troubles.
Yep.
Hayter now with it.
But
Blake gave him some trouble.
But I will say the Lakeville North, that squad was a special one. That's for sure.
Blake and Shep Harder.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Now part of the Wild organization. Now it's Quinn, and it's not organization. It is if you talk any other sport, but if it's hockey, it's organization. Across the center. It's played back in now.
I'm glad you're here. I would have never known that.
Well, just so you know.
Calgary
organization. Not hockey, it's hockey. Hockey. Now it's going to be handled back up to center. It's a tip of the cap. Gasparini with it. This is taking on almost a bit of a methodical, almost exhibition-like feel. I mean, I don't know, Bart. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I don't know if I do, because you can feel the intensity, and they're just going about their business, but not a lot of whistles, good flow to the game. Both teams playing very responsibly.
I think it's all the fans that have left.
Still in the mezzanine.
Back in across the line. Gasparini's shot deflects up over the netting and out of play. Coming up Thursday night, we're going to be at Braemar Arena. St. Michael Albertville, the Knights will invade. And then we'll be right back here at the Pagel Activity Center on Saturday night, where we will feature the Minnetonka Skippers and the Eden Prairie Eagles.
Well, St. Michael Albertville playing very well. They're scoring off against Benilde St. Margaret's. I think they were down 2-0 last look, but Edina's playing a lot better. They were down 3-0 to Eden Prairie in the community center, came back and cut it within one, and actually had a chance to tie that game. So Edina's got a little spunk about them this year.
Zitzloff, pickpocketed by Kranz. Now it's going to be Newhouse. He looks over to the right wing side for Streeter. Streeter is watched by Kranz as they play that one in behind. Mayer calmly plays off to the left wing. Look at that clean breakout.
Very well done.
Anello with it as Kranz to the right, plays it to the outside as he's watched by Zitzloff. Conan comes over and goes absolutely top shelf with the check. There, scores! The forecheck. The Pearson shot and the redirect, and we're tied at 2.
Well, I don't know if it was a redirect off a Minnetonka stick. We'll have to wait for the official scoring, but it was Pearson who originated the shot from the blue line from the left side. A lot of traffic in front of Shantz on that one, just ramped up and over his shoulder. Now we're 2-2, 12-16 left. Minnetonka's got to get on their horse and start pushing the play again, but Lakeville North has now tied this game.
Hayter on the draw. Now it's Harris taken over by Bear from center. He tries to play that in deep. It gets there. Brunello will force this one back in behind his net. That's Edeback to play to Koshevar. Looks ahead to Hayter. Edeback steps up on the play. Leaves this one over to the right wing side. Anderson was there. Now it's going to be turned away there by Harris. He looks rink wide to the right wing side for Worms back in across the line. He'll leave a drop pass. There's a shot. Blocker pad save. Up high it goes. Anderson over for Bear. He'll wait on it. Touch pass for Worms. Gathers. Plays that one to the corner. That was knocked away partially by Hayter. There's a wrister. Pad save. Mayer. Rebound. A big save there. Another rebound. Now it's going to be Anderson. Knocks this one away. Edeback comes back out of the zone with it. Zach Edeback gains center. Changes as he gets it in deep. Puck rattles and handled now up the side. That's off the stick. Nice play there. Keppers comes away with it. Pearson turns back into his own zone. He'll be pushed out of the way there by Keppers. Cut off by Morgan. Up to the line. Here they come. They've got numbers. Smith plays back into the corner. Kiffin gathers in behind his own net. Tucks that back into the corner. Connick is there. Looks out front. That's deflected off Miller's stick, who guides it around to the near side. Keppers will race into this one as he works on Pearson. Wanted to make a little dangle there. Didn't fool the Panther defenseman as it's going to be played back in. Mayer goes far side. Gasparini with it. Gasparini looks ahead. That's off the toe of the stick of Streeter and on the blade of the stick of Connick. Now it's going to be handled and turned up by Kiffin. Kiffin bumps the boards to center. Now it's Lager back across the line. Streeter, Kiffin, he's got options. Down low he goes. That's off Kiffin's stick. Gasparini knocked away from him. Lacombe is there. Gasparini goes down in a heap in the corner. Now Lacombe up high to the right circle. Plays down for Streeter. Streeter tucks that back in behind the net. Waiting for it. It's going to be handled by Lagerback. Try to shovel that one through a pair of skates. Instead gets it back. Lagerback. Streeter. Wrister back door. Shot by Newhouse is blocked by Gasparini. Back on the stick of Newhouse. Gets away from one man. Newhouse now lays up. Streeter shot. Wrist shot in on goal. That's a nice save made there by Mayer, who's been rock solid here in this hockey game.
Well, that was a good play by Newhouse to put it on the stick of Streeter. He turned and fired in one fell motion. but Mayer did a nice job of corralling that puck because Teddy Lagerbach, looking for his third of the night, was waiting in the wings. Official scoring on the Lakeville North goal was Anella with his 13th from Pearson. And we're not at a 2. 9:53 remaining in this third period. Minnetonka, pretty good showing after that goal, though.
Over at the Eden Prairie Community Center, still 3-1. Eden Prairie leads to Tino Grace. Nice hockey game brewing there, just like here, tied at 2. Back up through center ice.
Oh, nice job
move by Conan. Wow. Flashing the offensive flair of the defenseman. Up off the, what was that, the Girls Hockey Lake Conference Champions 2016 banner?
Well, there's a host of them to choose from. I don't know which one it hit, but Conan did a nice job. That's one thing Minnetonka does very, very well, is their defensemen get active in the play, bring it through the neutral zone, changes the dynamic of how this Panther team has to defend. But Conan, with a pretty nice dangle, got deep in the zone.
Worms swats at that one. Connick comes away with it, back up through center. Watched by Anderson as he plays this one deep. 9:15 to go in the period. Now it's going to be Anderson winning the end board battle as he's going to work it up the right wing side. Quinn took a rolling puck, couldn't quite handle. Knocked down by Zitzloff. Quinn at the line. Nice feed to the right wing side. Worms loads it up, lets it go. There's a shot and a save. Mayer, puck still loose. Oh, that trickled very close into the blue paint area, and it's going to be sent back into the Minnetonka zone for an icing call.
Wow, that was a pretty nice clear by Connick on that one. That's kind of a trying moment for Caleb Mayer, goaltender for Lakeville North. It was Minnetonka that put a couple offerings on, and then there was all kinds of traffic, but it was Connick that actually cleared that puck, relieved some pressure, allowed Jake Taylor to put some fresh legs out there. But Minnetonka with some good energy this last 2 or 3 minutes. The Lakeville North has done a pretty good job of keeping him at bay, but Minnetonka's getting in tight, getting some shots anyway. Encouraging for the Skippers fans.
Push back in off the side of the net. That's covered up by Mayer.
Shots on goal, 36-14, advantage Minnetonka.
Harris. And the face-off win by the Panthers. Nelson over for Connick, and offside at the line. Nelson just a little too quick on the weak side off the left wing.
Well, Nelson's had a pretty strong showing tonight. Put the puck on Connick's stick, but you have to check yourself a little bit. You cannot kind of limit an offensive chance. They came down with some numbers, but the offside benefited Minnetonka as the faceoff's going to come outside their zone. You have to pay particular attention to stay on sides.
It'll be Hayter and Lacombe in the face-off circle. Lacombe to the near boards for Miller, who goes rink wide to Kiffin. Kiffin, the junior across the line, dangles past Tuzano, plays that one in deep. It'll be Zach Enneback is checked on the play. Sidestepping one checker was Hayter. Down on the play goes Morkin, and out of the zone they come. Koshevar with some speed. That's played ahead by Miller, too far for Zach Enneback, who's going to hustle back into his own zone. Lacombe, oh, nice job by Enneback. Very, very quick on the wheels there. Wedged Hayter on Lacombe. Lacombe, a one-man wrecking crew. The big frame wraps around and pushes that one through. That just misses the mark. Morkin stood up on the play, played the body back enough to force a turnover as he gets some help along the way with Keppers. Koshevar to the left wing for Tuzano. Knocked off his stick by Kiffin. Tuzano calmly takes it. Morkin rides into him. Now it's going to be turned up ice. Brunello plays that one ahead. Pulled out of there by Miller. Nice little escape there. Very comfortable looking on the puck. Newhouse sends that one in wide of the mark. Gasparini watched on the play by the stick of Teddy Lagerback. Streeter comes away with it. Newhouse looked to go back to Streeter, but instead that's knocked away by Pearson. To the left wing side they go. Reaching for that to make the play was Krantz, and now it's going to be handled by the Skippers out of the zone. Long pass ahead. Krantz reads that feed to Lagerback. Instead puts it back into the near corner. There's Sam Enneback in front. Scores! Oh, what a feed and what a goal. Oh, my word.
Well, that was a tic-tac-toe play. It's just a misplay by Minnetonka, and it was Lakeville North with the numbers, but it was Keaton Krantz with goal number 7, but that gives Lakeville North a 1-goal advantage. They've come back 2 ticks under 7 minutes to go. tic-tac-toe, just under the bar, glove side. Boy, that's a goal scorer's goal right there. Very impressive sequence by the Panthers.
Oh, that touch down low. I slowed it extra down for you there. It was amazing. Good stuff.
Minnetonka behind the 8 ball.
Now they're trailing. It's been 3 unanswered here by the Panthers now. There's a chance in front. That one's pushed wide. 6:45 to go in the third. There's a nice play. Harris loads. So he shoots that one. That might have been turned aside by Mayer, who looks comfortable down there in goal. Connick from the right wing side. Knocked through his skates. He stays on it as he looks back up ice. Connick looks to go inside out as it's back into the corner for Miller. Connick, that's cut off and played by Kiffin to the left wing side for Quinn, who plays that one ahead. Worms with it to the right wing side. Inside out goes Harris as he's bothered on the play to Smith to the corner, but Worms comes away with it. He'll carry this one to a centering feet glove save. Oh, Mayer had a sprawl for that one, did. One-timer Miller. Mayer, another glove save. He makes a couple of good ones. Keep this a one-goal hockey game in favor of his team.
Well, really some nice energy and focus by Minnetonka. They turned the play up, but it was a good shot, turn and fire on goal. But Mayer just seems like he's getting better as this game is going on. He's getting some support. And that one, I think, was actually Zach Hennebeck that ramped the first one up, but that was a big save by Mayer, the goaltender. Another one right there.
Nice face-off win there by the Skippers, and Morgan pushed one in on goal as that was Mayer again to make the save.
And 5:53 left in regulation.
Lacombe this time wanted to go through the legs. He got cut off. They try to seek that down. Here's Lacombe in front. Nice save, Mayer. Ooh, what an opportunity there. Turning and playing that off the glass up to the right wing side. It's Koshevar to play to center. Anderson is there as he pokes that over to the far side. Hayter bumps off the boards. High stick on the Skippers.
Would have been either that or on offsides. But I like Minnetonka's energy. They're very focused right now. They understand the situation. They need a goal because we're 5:33 left in the third period. Now it's an offensive zone faceoff for Lakeville North, and they've been pretty good in the dot so far. But Lakeville North doesn't need many opportunities, and they made really some hay when they've presented themselves. Now it's up to Minnetonka to put some pressure on.
Face-off controlled by the Panthers as they'll play this one down the boards. Look to play this one into the corner. Linesman's retreating. Nice job to get out of the way there. Not an enviable position to be in.
No man's land.
Anderson for Bear. Streeter. They look ahead. That one sent right back in behind. Sam Enneback on the forecheck. Now it's Lagerback. Plays this one ahead. There's a shot. Scores! A knuckleball from Pearson. Oh, a big goal there. You'll see this one off the turnover. It's 4-2 Lakeville North.
Well, I'm not sure that Krantz didn't get a piece of that one as well. But another offering from Pearson that just fluttered in and it eluded the glove of Brandon Shantz. Now it's 4-2 and 5 minutes even remaining in this game. So Minnetonka's got to get on their horse and make something happen here very, very quickly, Pete.
It completely knuckled on him. That's a tough one to read there.
And then it redirected a little bit as well.
It did. It's not an easy save to make. Now it's going to be Harris to the right wing side. They push this one wide of the mark. Skippers now will pinch and take their chances as Miller plays back in behind. Harris tries to feed that out front. That's off the stick of Mayer. Bumped off the end boards, but now it's going to be Harris again. Oh, he finds his way out front, tries to feed that one through some legs. Instead, it's flipped to center on a nice little play by Thomas Nelson. Back in behind the corner, off the boards. It's off the stick of Worms. Fanned on there by the defense and Wesley Brunello. And it's played back into the neutral zone. Skippers will be forced to touch up as they get a change. Out comes Lacombe, Keppers, and Morgan. Glove down by Miller. Lays off to the right wing side. Morgan, and offside was Keppers as he was caught in. Now 4:08 to go here in the period. If you just joined us, the Skippers had the 2-0 lead late into the second period, and it was a goal with under a minute.
Yeah, it was Connick that scored his 8th, and then Anello with his 13th to open the third period. I think they gave that goal to Pearson.
And offside at the line.
Well, Lacombe kind of knew that. Otherwise, he would have offered that shot. So, very heads-up play.
Well, there were about 20 players and 3 coaches from Lakeville North yelling off if you weren't sure.
Well, he listened.
He was on it.
Shots on goal, 40-16. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality.
Really great job by the linesman tonight. He's been on the lines as good as anybody as I've seen this year so far.
He's been consistent, too. He's
really
done a very
solid.
Good job. He's good at getting out of the way, too.
Well, he's mobile.
He's young. Doesn't hurt.
I'm going to chirp the age factor, but, it's pretty impressive. You got to give credit where it's deserved and due. Absolutely. Lagerback, sent that one in quickly from the left wing. Sends another one. That one misses the mark. Now it's going to be Lacombe with it. He's pushed on the play. Lacombe walks to the front. Oh, his stick was checked. Nice play. Now let's play to center. Now it's going to be Zitzlaff to cut this off and looked up to Lagerback. Now Pearson with it. Bumps this one back over for Gasparini. Now Gasparini looks ahead, shovels that one up in the air. Conan was jammed on the play by Kranz, and now it's going to be Kiffin through center. Kiffin dangles with the forehand, stays on the puck. Still down low with it. Kiffin looks and surveys.
Goal's empty.
Now it's going to be back over for Newhouse. Nice move to get away from Sam Ennebeck. His shot, had the rebound. If he could have gotten a handle on it as it rolled on him, he had a good scoring chance there. 2:40 to go in the period. And as Bart mentioned, the pool's empty.
Pool is empty.
Duly noted.
Extra swimmer.
6-on-5. Harris now. Back up for Newhouse through the legs. Plays that one back in the corner. Looks for Lagerback in front. That one misses the mark. Now Kiffin with it. His wrister's deflected. Now it's going to be Zach Ennebeck. Plays that one to the line. Nice play. It's going to be Koshevar as he tries to muscle his way through. He bulldogs down Kiffin, and there's going to be a penalty coming up. I'd give him possession right now and give it up. Because you can't get the extra attacker. But here we go. Who am I? Harris has shot to save the rebound, and they finally cover that one up.
Oh. And that was a good save by Mayer in that one. Hunter Newhouse in the mix down there. Panthers taking some liberties in the scrum. But Mayer made a really nice save, and that's when the whistle was blown. But it's going to be a 6-on-4 now for Minnetonka. 1:59 remains. And goaltender Caleb Mayer trying to bring some order to the area here. A little chirping going on.
It's kind of odd for me to see a goaltender doing that because I grew up in the era of Billy Smith and Ron Hextall, where you're making it worse.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's really turned in a really good performance. He's made some very challenging saves when his team was struggling a little bit, and that's what good goaltenders do. But Minnetonka, the situation, 2 goals down on the power play, just a tick under 2 minutes to go. Not an easy situation, but certainly something that can happen, but everything's got to flow very, very quickly. Time is of the essence, obviously. There's the understatement of the year, and I think Minnetonka took a timeout just to kind of regroup, rest them up, get refocused, and come out with a burst of energy and see if they can get this within one good shot very, very quickly and then go back to work. But 12 shots on goal this period for Minnetonka, so they're getting their chances offensively. But it's Mayer that's really closed the door on this Minnetonka team, and when he can't do that, his defense has certainly stepped up and cleared the puck out of danger to give him a chance to reset. Going to be an exciting 2 minutes, I'll say that. And we got A.J. Hayter speaking with James Miller before the referees come and have a minor conference in front of us.
Eden Prairie and Tino Grace went final.
3-1.
5-2 for the Eagles. Is that which Eagles?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Eden Prairie.
That's a team that seems to be finding their stride.
It's funny. So they take all this time to talk to the captains, right?
And then they go talk
and
to
the
the
captain
coaches.
says one thing, and then they come over and cut him off.
Right.
Why?
Maybe they didn't need to take the timeout.
Chris Wilson, did you get that? Did you get that? He heard Streeter is what he heard. Remember the Wyatt Wurst issue with Edina and Eden Prairie?
And the door is opening for Minnetonka.
Okay, so Streeter's going to be coming to the bench. Palms up, doesn't know why, but he's going to go.
Palms up. We've seen that a lot this year, haven't we?
A lot of palms up. What are you talking? Huh?
Well, wait. Newhouse is going in the box as well as Streeter. Those are two pretty big, prominent players for this Minnetonka team. But are they taking them both?
I mean, you would think this is.
Well, there is somebody in the box for Lakeville North. And I think it's Kochevar. Right. Well, North took the initial penalty on the delay. Goaltender possessed the puck, so they blew the whistle. Nothing's up on the board. There are 6 skaters out on the ice for Minnetonka. And there are 5 skaters out for Lakeville North. So why is there 5 out for Lakeville North is my question.
I don't know. I'm trying to listen to Golby right now.
Try to be quiet.
He's putting on a show down here. You know, one thing I know about him is that when he knows he's right, just get out of the way.
Yep.
Just say, okay, yeah.
And I mean this respectfully, but he's got a little junkyard dog about him.
Oh, it's great. No, but I mean, you know, just the guy I know, that's definitely.
No, if it's not right, it's not right. You just you're true to his convictions. So now, Harris is in the box with Newhouse.
Kiffin should be in the box.
And Streeter's back out on the ice. Kiffin's out on the ice.
Where's Kiffin?
He's on the ice.
He should be in the box. He's saying that Streeter shouldn't be in there. That should be. He's right. I think that's what it is. Well, Kiffin is the guy that took him. No, Kiffin got pulled down here.
Right.
So why are there 2 Tonka players is what I'm asking.
Well, there's nothing on the board. It is 6-on-4. Play is underway.
I see 6-on-5.
It is 6-on-5.
Mm-hmm. Your Edina Public Schools math failed you.
Well, yeah. No, they didn't fail me. I failed them.
Here's Lagerback now. Shot steered aside by Mayer. Now Lacombe with it. That was one of the longest discussions I've seen a coach be afforded. In on goal, rebound, puck still loose. Mayer goes down as he scrambles. Skippers off the end boards. Now it's going to be turned away by Lagerback. Lacombe is there. And now it's going to be Streeter from the end boards. And now it's gathered in, sent the length of the ice. Is that going to make it? It does. They score! An empty netter. By Krantz, and it's now 5-2, Lakeville North.
Well, not much doubt about that when he kicked that one right through the uprights. But 5-2, as you said. Still a little confused as far as why they have 5 skaters on the ice. I guess I'm not going to ever
tune into Goalie's podcast next week, and I'll get the details for you.
I will do that. Wow.
Anderson, Hannes, and Brink are now out on this line for the Skippers.
Anderson's got a nice flow about him.
He probably had the best hair in the national anthem. I saw it. Zach Anneback is there as he's going to look. Oh, plays that one right behind on the stick of Brink, who seemed a little bit surprised. Hannes plays back for Brink. Brink turns and sends that one into the stick of Anderson. Anderson looks to protect as he plays this one off for Lagerback, wrister in on goal. Nice save made by Mayer. That's the 47th shot of the game for the Skippers.
Well, and probably 40 of them are from off the stick of Teddy Lagerbach almost. He's been getting some good shots, some pretty good looks, albeit from not the greatest angles, but you can tell the will to win is certainly there. Minnetonka is not quitting, 50.9.
It's a little help from Hayter as well. They had a touch up, did the coverage tonight. We'll be back on the air Thursday night.